full moon ritual and letting go by forgiving. So thank you all for watching again, and happy full moon. I'm smiling. It's actually good. I'm starting this vlog with a smile because actually today I haven't been feeling so well. So in the last few weeks I've done quite a few retreats and circles, and altogether a lot of things happened, and I got triggered in so many different things I didn't know that were going on right now. So I was in a retreat, what I mentioned 2 weeks before. I was in a retreat, and during an exercise I got triggered so badly that I entered in like a trauma state, and I was really contracted and scared and sad and confused, and ever since I've been feeling quite shaken up and confused and not sure what it is that was touched. What I realized, especially with my experiences of the last few weeks and with the man I met and fell in love with, and the retreats I did afterwards, I found blind spots, and I found that I still have to heal parts of myself, of experiences of my father. And what it is about is mostly that due to the fact that when I was younger, and maybe you've seen my first vlog, but when I grew up, my father was severely aggressive, physically abusive, narcissistic, and very, unpleasant to be around with. And during my childhood, there was not much attention for me because my mom tried everything in her power to make him happy, to make sure that he didn't ended up being angry or anything. And I have 2 brothers who needed a little bit more attention, and we got in fights and everything. I don't want to go into much detail about my family, but especially my father was very, very aggressive and very unpleasant to be around with. And when my parents broke up, I was actually quite happy. And when he left, I decided that I didn't want to see him anymore. And in the beginning, my father tried to put cards and things in our mailbox to at least send messages. But back then I was 11 years old when he left. And I think it went on for a year that he tried to stay in touch with us, and my mother always tried to get us back in touch with each other. However, I really, really didn't want it. The last moment he was in our house, he physically abused my mother, and for me that was I don't want to have to do with anything with this man. And so I didn't receive a lot of love in my home. And when he left, after that year, and he left for another woman also, he never actually took action. He never took action to get back together or see each other or do anything. And I didn't realize, I did a lot of therapy before, and I've done 6 years of spiritual search of myself and everything, but I never thought that I didn't heal this part of myself yet up until now. I've done a lot of work around this, and apparently this part with my father, that he left, and we're now 26 years further. He never really tried to do anything to persuade me, to show me that he loved me, to nothing actually. And I have been in touch with him several times. I've even handed out my help and also said, like, let's try to get back in touch and give this another chance. However, he himself is in a victim place, and he only feels very sad that we don't see him anymore. And because of this, I like in October, it's actually the moment when my voice started to act weird. For the first time in 26 years, I expressed my anger and the missing and the longing for a father in my life. I expressed this to him. However, he was not able to respond wishfully, let's say that way. And I hope that I sorted something out with that. But what happened when the man I was dating and I broke up, or it didn't work, I realized that this specific part in me was touched. I was hoping that this man would run after me and say like, oh, please, let's get back together because I miss you, I love you, or whatever. And this longing is actually based and is rooted in the fact that I wished that my father would have done that for me. I wish that my father would have taken action towards showing that he loved me. And what I see now is that this pain I have inside is also reflecting in the relationships, and with the fear of abandonment and pain and like the experience, it feels like I'm worthless and unlovable. And at the moment I'm so stirred up with all the experiences and everything what brought up that I'm confused how to move forward with this inside, and how can I heal this part? How can I trust men? How can I fucking trust men? I don't know. How can I believe that they would actually love me? Up until now, I never had the experience that a man would really choose for me. And again, this makes me sad. And I know this isn't true. I want to believe that this isn't true. However, this is still something I need to work on. And if I want to be able to receive love, I need to feel this trust inside of me. And this is related to self-love. And I thought I know I love myself. I've learned so much, and I'm so proud of myself, of everything that I've been doing. And so I don't know where this deep-rooted trauma inside of me is triggering the fact that I don't feel worthy and I feel unlovable. And especially when I enter that victim state, it feels like no one would be capable of loving me. And I'm not referring of men only, I'm referring of people in general. And so what I'm doing now is I want to get out of this trauma state, and I'm all shaken up and not sure what to do next. But today is a full moon, and twice a month I take the opportunity of the universe to work with my manifestations and to work with my desires and my longings. And so what I do is, with this full moon, let's start with new moon. With new moon and full moon, I clean my house. I make everything tidy, but I also energetically clean my house. And I do that with sage or incense or Palo Santo or Sapa from the Yawanawa tribe. So what I do is like this smoke, I believe like it's been used for centuries by indigenous. And I believe that everything is the power of intention. And everything is all about your mindset. So it's been used by the indigenous to clean your house and to clean yourself from everything that doesn't belong to you anymore. So when I clean my house, I set the intention that energetically everything from me will be smoked away by the sage or by the Palo Santo. And everything in my house, I'm just saying like, okay, please just clean my house. I'm gonna clean everything what doesn't belong here and what is not serving me any longer. So like my entire house is like filled with smoke when I do this. And I write down what it is that I long for from a place of gratefulness. So I can share something with you what I wrote down last new moon. And it's in Dutch, but I'm gonna translate it to English. So with this new moon, I'm allowed to make new wishes, have new ideas, and make my dreams come true. I'm grateful for the help that I receive from the universe to manifest all the wishes that I long for. I'm grateful that I have the tools, that I've received the tools such as determination, endurance, and inner wisdom to stand up for my wishes. I'm grateful that everything that I long for and all my dreams are coming true by this. And I'm grateful that everything that is blocking me to manifest my dreams and wishes, that I can let this go. And that I can look back with love and compassion to everything that was. I'm grateful that I have forgiven myself for the things that I would have done differently. And that I, with playfulness and joy, can learn further on the path of love. I'm grateful that I'm soft towards myself and that with rest or with trust and rest, I can continue on the path of love. I'm grateful that I'm able to learn in a loving way how to deal with my fear to be hurt. And I'm grateful for a new project. So wonderful to go back to work. I'm grateful that I do something that I truly desire and that I can, in return, also give my love and compassion within my work. And what an amazing colleagues I have. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm happy that I'm of value for this company. And I'm grateful that I still have the freedom to do the things to do that I wish to do and that I want to do or that I want to learn further in. Something like I'm grateful that I have the freedom to still be myself and besides my work do whatever it is that I want to. Thank you, God, for your help, your love, your wisdom, and your power. I don't understand anything about it anymore, but I wouldn't want to miss a thing. With love. So this is what I wrote down as a manifestation for this coming month or this coming moon cycle. And as you can see, I write it down from a place of gratefulness. And while reading this, it makes me happy. It makes me smile. And I try to read this every morning before I go back to work or before meditation, actually. And with this, I believe in the things that I wished for because it's already there. It just have to be coming along or something. So with this unconscious way of working of manifestation, I believe that I believe in the law of attraction, that you create what you long for. And especially if you're unconsciously, like if I read this every day, it's in my subconscious mind. So with full moon, which is today, it's a super full moon, because it's closer to the earth, that's why it's a super moon. So the power is strongly felt by nature, and we're part of nature. And so today, after this vlog, I will clean my house again with incense from, I think I'm gonna use copal today. And I'm gonna set prayers and everything that I wish for and is blocking me to be able to receive. And what I see, what is blocking me is that I have fear, that I am sad, that I'm not in trust, that I am shaken up, I'm confused. And all these things make that I'm not able to receive that it is that I long for. And with the work of forgiveness, that's what I start with. Especially today, I'm gonna sit down, and after cleaning my house, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write everything down what I forgive myself for. Because I blame myself for not doing it right, or I blame myself for that I could have done this differently. And I'm referring to the relation to the man I was dating. And I'm gonna forgive myself for, first of all, being harsh on myself. But I'm also gonna forgive myself that if I could have done it differently, I would have. And I'm gonna forgive also him for the pain I felt, the hurt, well, for me it feels like maybe I don't want to go into detail about him again, but there are a few things I want to forgive him for. And the reason why I do forgiveness work is for myself. I want to let go of all my anger and hatred. I want to let go of everything what is not serving me in a way of love. And I realize that my anger towards this person isn't welcome anymore. It's a burden towards myself, and I'm the only one who's burned with this fire. So furthermore, I'm gonna do forgiveness work towards my father. I'm gonna forgive him for not being there for me. I'm gonna forgive him for not giving me the love that I was hoping and longing for. I'm gonna forgive him for the fact that I don't know what it is like that a man is standing for me and showing his love towards me. And I'm gonna forgive him for the struggle for the deep struggle I've been facing because of him during my life. So forgiveness is such a powerful blessing and such a powerful healing. And I'm actually quite excited to get started with my ritual tonight and do my prayers. I believe in the power of prayer. And I believe in the power of forgiveness. And I believe in the power of love. And with this full moon, it helps me to do this twice a month, to focus on the things that I long for, but also let go of everything what is holding me back, to stay on my path, to stay in a place of love, and to be truly, deeply happy. Thank you. Thank you for watching again. Again, one with tears, not expected, but thank you for allowing them. And looking forward to seeing you next week. With love. Ciao.